Aloha and welcome everyone to Activate and Elevate with Sheila and Jan. Pardon me. My mouth is still waking up, it appears. And today we have a super awesome call that we're going to walk you through some stuff. Good morning to my beautiful, beautiful goddess friend, Jan. How are you this morning?
I'm really good. I'm super excited. My sister and her husband are flying out from Boston tomorrow morning. I haven't seen them in 2 years, and we're going to drive up and stay at my sister's in Malibu. So just really excited for the three of us to be together. So,
How
anyways, super
exciting.
excited.
And it's a
Glad to
long
be here.
weekend. You don't have to do office hours on Monday morning, so you can really enjoy your family.
Yeah.
How beautiful. Well, what Jan and I kind of was trolling around the other day on my own replicating website, and I was thinking, wow, this is pretty amazing because I don't know how many of you are on Telegram here, but when you go into our different Telegram, been working this on social media. Good job, Jenny. When we go on to Telegram, a lot of times in the Evolve Team chat, they are all asking questions about where do I find information about this patch. No, I'm not talking about the questions about conditions and stuff. I'm talking technical stuff. Where can I find this thing? Where is that? Where is this? And when I went through this replicating website, I was, I've been in it before. We've done a call on it before, but it was a while ago. And so I thought I'm going to do it again. And I really was woken up to, wow, the resources on this little replicating website that we all could be using on a regular basis. Doesn't mean you have to send everybody to that website necessarily. I don't usually send people to my website. I take their orders for them and I send them to StartX39 now. There is information, though, that is unreal. So that's one thing that we're going to do today. And the first thing is that we're going to, I'm going to bring up an account, and Jan we're going to walk us through how to really identify. Because Jan, what is your biggest question that you are asked by people?
The question I get asked the most is, how do I know where to place somebody? Like that. And the second question is, how do I find the gifting link? And I stop giving it out and I just make people write down the directions how to find it. But yeah, how do I know where to place somebody? So that's what we're going to address first.
Okay, so I'm going to hit the screen share, and we are going to go into my husband Gary's. He's
Can
not.
you also teach us what makes a strong leg and a weak leg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's all kind of can be rolled into one big ball there. So the numbers you're going to see are my husband's numbers. And let me just move things around. And Jan, you just tell me where you want to.
Just scroll, come down there, up there you go. Perfect. No, down a little bit more. Other way. I guess up.
Oh, this
Oh,
thing?
why can't I see the
There.
oh, there you go. Thank you.
His
Why
his
is there no
percent is 76 because
okay,
something went on
76.
weird. If you look over here, he's got 2 this week commission, which is weird.
Yeah, I've been
Something's going on
noticing
with the
that's weird.
website right now. Yeah.
So there's two when you're brand new, it's different when you're brand new and when you've been in for a while and you've got some people under you. So this is for like kind of the newer person. People call me Jan, where do I place the my person? So the first thing that I look at is where it says your rank advancement. So he is 76% to manager,
Correct.
right? Okay, so that's the first thing that I look at. Okay, so what does he need to do to be a manager? So go to view promotion
Promotion.
detail. Okay, now scroll down. So this is telling you exactly what he needs to be a manager. So he's a brand partner. That's good. He's in good standing. He must have purchased a gold or above. You need to have 110 points previous 31 days. So you can see it's an X. It's showing you that he has 55 points. So if this person is building the business, if you are moving a business and want to make money, your overhead is 110 points a month. So you can see he's only got 55. So the first thing he would have to do is purchase something, or if you have a preferred customer, let's say he signed up a preferred customer that got an X39, that would be 77 points. That 77 points counts for his personal volume. So that would make him okay. So if you don't have any preferred customers, you yourself would need to buy probably an X39 and a supportive patch, because you need 110 points to run your business if you're building the business. Then you can see it says he needs 2 personally sponsored silvers on his left. So it's telling me he's got 1 of 2. So he needs 1 more on his left. And then you need 2 on your right. So he's got 1 of 2. So he would need another person on his right. Now, what happens for a lot of people that they don't understand in the beginning. So you come in on a gold or above, and you have your 2 silvers on your left, and you have your two silvers on your right. And if you don't set them up on auto ship, next month you will not be a manager anymore, because those silvers are not active. For them to be active, all they need to do is buy a supportive patch. Even if they do an Eon or whatever for 55 points, that keeps them active. Because people all the time, how come I was manager and now I'm not? Because some of the people you put in, you did not put them on auto ship, or they didn't up the ways that you can get points is auto ship, just place an order, upgrade your pack, or go on a maintenance pack. So he probably has 2 people on his left and 2 people on his right, but some of them are just not active.
Correct.
Any questions on that before I move to the next step?
Let's see, there's a
If
question.
you have a question, you can just unmute yourself.
Where do you find this in your back office?
Okay, so I'll go back to the
This-
homepage. Okay. See the
So
big
this
box?
is when you log into your back office, this is the first
Yeah,
thing that you see.
I'm sorry, I'm at that point, but I can't find that.
You don't have this box?
I
Jen?
have the box with the circle. I just wanted to know where you went from there.
Right here where it says view promotion details.
Thank you.
Yeah, click that. And what's really neat, okay, so here it shows you what he needed for manager, right? But if you come up and you click the blue arrow, that shows you what he needs for director. Okay, so every time you click that arrow, your the rank changes, and it shows you what you need to become that rank. So what Jan's whole point is about this is being able to know where you are at. Back to you, Jan. Where would you like
Okay, so go back to home. Okay, so let's say you've got your 2 active silvers on your left and 2 active silvers on your right. So now you're a manager, and Sheila just showed you. Now what do I need to do to be a director? So to be a director, you need a 3rd silver on your left and a 3rd silver on your right. So you need a total of 3 silvers on your left and 3 silvers on your right. And then you need a manager on your left and a manager on your right. So now you have to help one of those people on your left leg and your right leg do exactly what you did to be a director. So the same thing, if this said, if she was a manager, then it would show you what it might say 70% to director. And then if you go, it will tell you exactly what you need to hit director. So she just showed you that. So any questions on that? So now it's showing, okay, so he still needs, can you go up a little? Okay, so he still needs the 110 points. Now he needs 2 silvers on his left. He needs 2 silvers on his right. He needs a manager on his left and a manager on your right. So does anyone have any questions on that? Okay, so that's the very first thing that I look at when somebody asks me, how do I know where to place somebody? I look to see what this is telling me that you need. Okay, the next thing that I look at, so let's say you're a director You've got your 3 on your left and your 3 on your right. Now you're getting into a little bit of strategy. So to answer Jenny's question, Jenny, I want you to look at the points, the total left and the total right. Which do you think is the strong leg?
Where are you looking? Oh, I see it. The left leg,
Right, why?
because there's more points.
Yeah, so that's exactly how you tell which is your strong leg. So
So,
his left leg is his shared leg.
so if I wanted, so where would you place your next person? On your right or your
So
left?
for him, it doesn't matter right now because he needs to hit manager.
So,
Okay,
so let's just say
So
he hit manager. Okay, he's a
thank
manager.
you.
Looking at this, every single person that I would have Gary enroll at the moment that
right.
is on his right leg. Okay, because the disparity, when we had Peter on the call doing the compensation plan, I believe, Jen, didn't he say the ideal thing is 2-to-1 ratio on your legs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, what do we've got, like 200,000 to 1 right now?
Right.
So his right leg, and we're just pretending that Gary is a manager or even a director. It doesn't matter what level he is.
Or
Look,
even he's binary qualified. Binary qualified means he has an active silver on his left and an active silver on his right. When you're binary qualified, you don't have to be a manager. Now you're in position to make $100 a week. So in this situation, you can see he's got 200,000 points on his left leg. So if he had 330 points on his right leg, he would cycle one time and make $50. So for him, I would put my next person on the right leg and get that volume up. If he did 660 on that leg, he would cycle 2 times and make $100. Now, when you're binary qualified, you can only make up to $100. So now the next goal would be to get him back to manager, and then he's in position to make up to $1,500 a week in cycling.
which
Anybody have any questions?
I I don't understand. I mean, Sheila, you don't have to answer this, but why wouldn't you just make him manager so you both could have an income coming in from LifeWave? Like
so
you have so many
So
people, right?
let me show you his back office more. Okay. Now, what you got to understand is that building 2 people, me alone, building him and me, it's a bear. Okay. It's really hard because just trying to, um, I'm just trying to, I want to rank, advance, and maintain my stuff. Gary is not one of my left leg managers that, because I don't have the funds to help him to end time and stuff. So you can see this is all of his team. The thing to be doing would be, yeah, Ruby, she is actually on an auto ship, I think. No, she's not. Auto order. See, I call a lot of these people in person. They don't want to be on an auto order. Robin, she doesn't even want to be in it anymore. Maggie, she is in it. So he really has 3 people because Meg's on auto ship now. Or she should be. Let's see. Maybe we just, okay. Anyway, the point is, I'm not building my husband's stuff and mine. If I wanted to do that, it would be a lot more work for me. Okay. I
And
mean,
let's assume that
honestly, how many people are building their own business and making the income?
right. And let's look at this as not Sheila's husband. This is just somebody in her business. Just somebody. I just want you guys to see what we look at when we're determining where to place somebody. So the first thing we look at rank advancement, we look what percent are you to the next rank, and then we work with that. Then I look at your volume. So somebody brand new clearly isn't going to have 217,000 points. They might have 300 points and nothing on the other leg because they're brand new. So that's when, once you hit director, then when you're starting to place people, check in with your upline, or me, or somebody that knows what they're talking about, because that's when a little bit of strategy comes in. Most people, you'll start out being unbalanced because most of us will have a shared leg. A shared leg means when I put people in, I can only put them in at the bottom of my left and the bottom of my right. So if you're on my left leg, anybody that I put in at the bottom, those points are going to go all the way up, and you're not going to know. You're going to look in your back office and go, how did this person get my business? I don't even know who that is. Because somebody above you they can only put people at the bottom of that leg that you're in. And that's the beauty of how we make money, because all these people that you don't know, every time they buy something, those points go up the leg and help everybody to make money.
So,
So
Dan,
after you hit,
I just pulled up his binary tree so you could explain what you're talking about.
okay, okay, so this person, Gary's at the top. So remember, you only want to build far left and far right. See this plus sign right here? Who's this person to the right with a heart?
My
Okay.
granddaughter, Lexi.
Okay, so that plus sign is the granddaughter's left leg. It's not his left leg. It's her left leg. So if I was building Gary's left leg, it's the far outside. So that's his shared leg. All these inside legs are well, you're responsible to build both legs, but you're going to have a little bit of help on your outside left or your outside right because it's shared with whoever brought you in. I
Okay,
hope I'm making sense.
so when you look at Gary's left leg count, it has 532 people on it. His right leg only has 4 people on it. And so this left leg, that is the shared leg. Okay. And when you go into your back office, you can see that right there. You can determine easily which is your shared leg. Do you want to show them where to do the?
Yeah, so go up a little bit. So, no, I'm sorry, down. I don't know what, okay. So if I were to place somebody at the bottom of this right leg, those I forgot what what was I talking about?
You were talking about how the points roll all the way up on the shared leg.
Okay, so the shared leg. So if I put in somebody on the bottom right, that outside right plus sign, those points are going to go up to this person all the way up through the very top. And all those people at the top, when they're placing people on their right leg, they're all going to end up on your shared leg. That's the shared leg. But you're still responsible for building 2 legs. You're just going to get a little help on one of them. But you can't count on that. You still got to find your 3 people, and you have to identify the people that are going to move a business. So you can't just sit back and have points come up. You have to do something on the other side to qualify.
You have to work.
Does anyone have any questions?
The outside leg is that connected to the people that assigned you up?
Yeah, so here's
Okay.
Gary at the top. So
Yeah.
all these people on the outside right leg is the shared leg. So whoever's above Gary and all those people all the way up to Marcy.
They're on
they
the
place-
left. It's his left is the shared leg.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
That's
looking
okay.
at the left. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, did I I'm sorry,
Yeah, I
Debbie,
think
what was
so.
your-
That's okay. I'm just like wondering, where does the leg go for the people that are above you? It's all on the outside, right? Or is it in the
Yeah,
inside?
so that's
Okay.
his shared leg with the people above is the left leg. So that goes up whoever's above Gary, which is probably Sheila. And from Sheila, there might be people in
Kathleen.
between Sheila and Kathleen. And then Kathleen up to Mariah to Marcy. So when
Now,
Mariah's placing people, it's going to be on the bottom of that shared leg.
now the middle people that are in the middle of that, who are they? They're the ones
Okay,
you signed
so-
up to?
So like this
Who's the
person
red
here,
person?
Yeah.
these are this is So this guy right here, Robert Nichols, that's Kathleen's dad. Okay. And Terry is on his inside leg. And Terry, this was my original mistake. That was an original mistake. I put her on the wrong leg. I created an octopus. Okay. And you don't want to create, isn't that what we call them, Jan? Octopus.
Yeah, and I have somebody who was told, fill in all the plus signs, any plus signs that you see. So she is complete octopus. It's terrible. We tried to get some of them moved, and it was too late. It's a whole process. Because now you're trying to, it's really hard to support. If you've got 5 people that you put in on all these plus signs, now it's really hard to support anybody because the volume is getting all spread out. So those inside pluses are the responsibility for the person. Who's that person right there? Who's that? Okay, so that's Lexus. So that inside plus is her responsibility. That's her left leg.
Okay.
Her
That's what I
right
was
leg is shared with Gary and everybody all the way up. That inside left is her left leg.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, any other questions? Yes, you always put people on the outside left and the outside right. Now, here's another mistake people make. Okay, so this is Gary's. We're in Gary's back office. Gary's at the top of his tree. His left leg is to the left, the right leg is to the right. Now, put Robert Nichols on the top for me, Kathleen. Sheila. Okay, so now if I said put somebody on the bottom right, this isn't your right leg. This is your left leg. We're not on your right leg. So you would go all the way down to the bottom. So people have to remember when you click somebody on your left leg, it puts them up at the top. So now your left leg is here and this is their right leg. This is not your right leg.
This is Robert's right leg and I don't want to touch it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Does that make
I have
sense?
one question.
Yeah,
I have one
go.
question. If you, after this call is over and we see that we might have made a mistake in placing somebody where they should have been and they're not there, is there any way to change this problem?
Yeah, you have to call customer service. And if you do it, I can't remember if it's 3 or 5 days. But you want to call customer service as soon as possible and say, I'm new, I just made a mistake. What you need to do is have your name and your ID number ready and the person that you just put in's ID and name, and then the person that you want them to go under.
Okay,
And
even if it's
help,
been like 10 days?
if it's over the 5 days, then it's a problem. I think that you got to fill out paperwork and I think they charge you $50. It's easier if they haven't put somebody under them, but as soon as they sponsor somebody and you put them in the wrong place, that's the problem I have with this one gal who I think she put like 6 people in. And one of the people that's the one builder is not on the outside, she's on the inside. So now it's like a whole mess because now she doesn't know who to support because she's got 2 people, you know, so it's just a pain in the neck. So take your time. The best way to put somebody in your business is always go back to homepage, Sheila.
Okay.
The best way to always place somebody where you won't make a mistake is go to organization and go down to binary tree view. Click that. It's going to bring us back to Gary, and you're going to determine, am I putting them bottom left, bottom right? Okay, so we're putting this person on bottom right. So you click bottom right. Now it's putting that person that was on the bottom right at the top. Now here we are again. This left plus sign isn't your left leg. It's this person's left leg. So you would click that right plus sign. You click that because we're putting them bottom right. And here you go. So now you pick the pack and they're going to go bottom right exactly where you wanted them. That's how Marcy taught me. That's how I always do it.
How we teach to do
All right,
it.
thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, so you have to put always on the left or the right. That's it. And that's
Yes,
all you're doing. Nowhere else.
outside left, outside right. Never, ever, ever on the middle plus signs. Unless
Okay.
you're giving an enrollment to somebody, and then you wouldn't be in your back office, you'd be in their back office.
I have had where the person wants to do it themselves. I think that's just, I know I was kind of like that. I didn't want someone else doing it. So they just want to
So,
sign
but-
up. So then they go wherever they end up being, I think, right?
Well, okay, Sheila, go back to the back office so we can show them. So when you set up your back office, there's a place where you can choose outside left or outside right or strong leg. So the computer will never put them on an inside leg. It's going to place them on the left. So you go to change settings,
Uh-huh.
and now it's down at the bottom. See what, okay, so right here, so if somebody were to log into Gary's office and want to join, it would automatically put him on the bottom right. This will
Okay,
never put, they'll never put him on an inside leg.
Okay, and so then the lady that I signed up underneath, she's inactive, and the person above her was in Canada, so they weren't able to do anything till recently. So the person above that person that's in the States is the one that I talked to, and she said, "Oh, it's going to be extra hard for me because the person above me is inactive." So I
It
didn't. She
does,
goes, "Why would it be
has
harder for
nothing
me
to do with anything. You
Okay,
can't worry about what other people are doing or not doing. You just build your business, and you're going to sponsor a lot of people. Some people will tell you how great they are. Don't listen. Just, yeah, smile and God, that's great. And don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. It's the people that show up to some trainings. It's the people that call you with questions. They'll identify themselves to you. So
and
don't
so I
worry
just
about if, go
sorry,
on.
I just put the people. I don't worry if I think that person will run with it or that person won't. I just stick them always on the left or the right, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, because you have no place else to put them. You can only
Okay.
put them bottom left, bottom right, and it doesn't mean that you could have 50 people from you to the bottom person on the left. And if you're putting in a new personal and you're putting them on the left, they're still a personal to you. It doesn't matter how far down the tree it is. They're still a personal to you. And if they start building a business and you do everything correctly, then when you get to the what's it called, when they start paying you for teaching people, what's it called, Sheila? Oh my God. What is that called?
I'm not sure what you're referencing.
In the comp plan,
Oh,
um, the
hold on.
commission matching bonus.
There it is.
So if you have a personal that you enrolled and there are 100 people down on your left leg, there's still a personal to you. And if they start building the business, you'll make 25% off of what they do. Doesn't matter if they're second, fourth, it doesn't matter where they are on your leg.
It's the generational stuff.
Thank you, the generation match, but you
So
don't,
as long as we sign them up personally, we will get the commission match.
yes,
4 levels down.
if they do the work,
Mhm.
they have to
Well,
do the work, you know,
Right,
just,
I work with anybody I sign up and I keep in contact with them.
okay. Any other questions?
So you don't, so if I have someone underneath me, you don't sign them up you don't put your person that you're signing up underneath that person on that leg.
You do, but you are the enroller.
So that's the difference. It's going to show up that they're underneath that person, but I'm enrolling it. So it won't be, but so when that person decides to get active and, or like maybe want to grow with the business, the legs will look different, or no, it won't even show me that because they're going to have their own and it'll show it on theirs.
You'll still see it when you look at the binary tree, you can see who's building because you'll see, you know, where we saw those open plus signs. If that person's building that plus sign is going to will disappear because they're putting people there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Any other questions on how to place people? If you're
Is there-
putting somebody in and you're not sure, call me. Let me help you so you don't make the mistake and then call me to call customer service with you. I'd
'Cause it's
rather help
harder
you
then.
before you make the mistake than to fix it.
Rosie, you asked why are there two legs? When David Schmidt made the decision that the way to go into this business to get it out to the public was through network level marketing, he looked at a lot, him and his team looked at a lot of different network marketing companies. And so like I'm a Young Living distributor, I'm a doTERRA, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. But when I did that, nobody taught me to build it. And I have 600 people in my downline all in one horizontal line. Okay. Here, what they've done, David has made it really easy. You either put somebody on your left side or you put somebody on your right side, and based on how many points, how much volume is generated each day, that is what creates that cycle bonus for you. And Jan and I did, if you go to I put the my YouTube site in the link in chat, you can go and you can backtrack and you can find 2 calls that we did with Peter No, and he's explaining all about the compensation plan. So the big thing is to know if you have a heavy leg where there's lots of points flowing up it, then you need to put people on the opposite leg.
Of course, makes sense. Right? Kind of.
It does.
Sheila, can you tell me, is Peter No still on Saturday afternoons at 3:30 Eastern time?
Saturday afternoon?
Yeah,
Oh,
he,
you mean Wednesday?
no, he used to be on Saturdays, but is he on Wednesdays
Well,
now?
he does training Saturday morning at
10
7 my
Pacific Standard
time,
Time.
10 your time, 2
One.
Eastern.
Mhm.
And isn't that right?
He does the Wednesday in the know with Peter No. He's never done a Saturday 3:30 training.
Right.
It's always been Wednesday. And
And-
yes,
and
he's still doing it, but he's in Italy. So he'll probably
He's
be back
doing it this week. Yeah.
next Wednesday.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
All right, so if no one has any other questions on how to place somebody, Sheila's gonna move on.
Okay, and yes, Pete, that is correct. Jan and I both, when we enter people, we always go to binary tree and put it on the plus signs. And that just makes it easier. I don't let people, it's not that I don't let them, but as you guys will see going in through the website in a minute, it's just so much easier. I don't know where my paper is. Take your order form, even take a piece of lined paper. You know what we require: name, address, birth date, credit card, email, and a telephone. Okay. Take it, write it down, and then you enter it to make sure it gets into the leg that you want it to be on. Okay. All right. And Dave and Robin Kelly, I don't know if it's both of you on there right now or one. I did receive your message. I do see that. And when some of us were just brand new into LifeWave almost 4 years ago, it wasn't a condition or an issue. And yes, I did sign my husband up. Okay. But as you could see right there, he's not doing anything. It's not being built. He's not really receiving an income for it. And they haven't called me up and said he needs to cancel his account. Okay.
Can I add something real quick, Sheila, before we move on, please?
Absolutely, honey.
You might want to go in, since there's so many new people on the call, and show them up in settings where they can go in and automatically set their new people coming in either to the right or to the left, whatever their preference is. Because a lot of people might not know that unless I missed it.
You might have missed it.
did it.
honey. It did show.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm kind of
That's okay,
multi.
sweetheart.
I'm trying to catch up. I'm so
That's
behind.
okay.
Don't worry.
I'm sure other people missed it too, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't worry, baby. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to take you over to where did it go? We'll go into this one.
Just a
And
quick question. So we,
Sure.
so we shouldn't have our spouses go under us? Is that what I just understood you saying, Sheila? They're
Um,
not allowing that now or something, or I didn't get the whole gist of that.
policies and procedures. Someone mentioned in chat to me that their husband had been signed up and then they signed up underneath and they just got the word that they cannot do that.
Okay, because I have
That's
husbands
new.
and wives that are underneath me.
Mhm.
They're
you know,
not, they're not doing
I'm
anything,
not
but
personally, my own personal opinion, this is just Sheila, is if you got something going on and it's been done and it's in there for a while, don't rock the
Don't
boat.
worry about it.
no, I'm not. No, I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And honestly, that's part of why, yeah, do you know how many points? I have calculated how much money is sitting there. 217,000 points can give you $11,000. Okay, just FYI, if that other
Wow.
leg was functional, all right, because that was from when we started together.
Wow.
3.5, almost 4 years ago. And so his leg has been billing. It has dumped once because I didn't catch that he needed an order and I was too late. And so all of his points. So technically he probably has closer to 400,000 or 500,000 points that, when we started. But like I said, one, it's too hard to build, he's not building. We signed him up in the very, very beginning because we were all up into wanting to get into manager, right?
Yes.
And things have changed and policies and stuff. So my big thing is, I know it's on my floor behind me, grab the policy and procedure manual and read it.
Okay.
That's the big thing. All right, so here we are. This is at the top, you can see that says lifewave.com/Maui LifeWave. That is my self-replicating website that is on my business cards. And that if people do the QR code or put that into their link, this is where they're going to come to. And it says right at the top here, you are shopping with Sheila Hay. If I wanted, I could change that and I could put whatever enroller's name in there or their ID. And so let's just, this first page, okay? And X39 is the key, haha, which means energy in Chinese, I believe. So it's kind of a play, the key to wellness. And if you click this button here, you're going to be taken right to patches. But I want to scroll down and I want to show you the different things that you can see here. So where your wellness, youth renewal, are you working with someone that is in their 70s or 80s or really vain and doesn't want to have wrinkles? You can direct them to youth renewal energy. And the thing is, when you click on these, they actually will take you to the specific products that you can use for these items, for these conditions. If I want a better performance, I bet I'm going to see X49 on here. There it is. We've got the bundle. All right. All these other ones. Wow. Everything just about works for performance, right? I'm sure somebody's mic is open and I can hear you eating cereal or something. Fast relief. So I'll tell you what, I broke my toe on Monday. I broke my toe, slammed my knee. I have an 8-inch by 3-inch bruise on my hip that I just found yesterday, and I blew my shoulder out again. I've been wearing the patches since, and Ice Wave, talk about pain relief, amazing. It's so different than any other time I've hurt myself or broken a bone. Okay. So here is the first video that is on startx39now.com. And we call it video number 1. And funnily enough, they have the same videos that we have. Begin living younger today. Patch up, wear your wellness solution, share your experience. All right, our science. So if we click here on learn more, how it works, there's one video, talks about phototherapy. So this page, for those people that really want to know about science, this is a great place for them to come. Okay, this paper examines research of low-level light therapy. So there is a research paper. Here is where you can find out more benefits of what human infrared light are. Acupressure. Okay, and then there's David. Our patents. You can click the patents for the patch technology, the patent information for glutathione, and the X39. Here are our patents. Okay. So the next place, Jan, here, this really rocked my world, Jan, because it actually says elevate, activate, regenerate. Hey, we've been having that before they had their website ready. I think they borrowed that from us, but who knows? So let's just click that. We're going to go learn some more. And what happens when you click that bottom one is it takes you to where you can order. So do I want to order here? Do I want to order here? These are the crazy options that people have to weed through. Okay, so if I click, oh, I want to join, I can enter as a guest and just pay full on retail. So that's $149 a piece. I can become a preferred customer. I can become a preferred customer plus, and there's nowhere there for you to get them to join on the wholesale. Okay, unless you start going into further. Oh, I didn't really want to do that. Okay, so it's in the cart. Anyway, that's it's a lot of hassle. Okay, don't make them do that. Now, if you come back up here to the very top and let's hit learn. Patch placement guide. I see it all the time in Telegram. Where do I put this patch? Where do I put that patch? Okay, so here at the very top, tell me about the LifeWave X39. If I want to learn about any other patch, I click that and we can go to other patches. However, what does it tell you? It tells you the benefits. It shows you a patch placement. Okay, so let's go down. What are the benefits of SP6 Complete? Okay, helps to reduce cravings, helps reduce appetite. Where do we put them? Wow, now we know where you can put those. Okay. And this is something that people are always asking about. Where do I put the patches? Where do I place them? Okay, well, for me, any place will do. But for people that want a visual link, it shows each patch. And the placement that they're showing you is where they have done the research on that patch placement. Any questions as of right now?
Can I just say one thing? I for the new people, because I've learned this myself, is there is a right leg and a left leg to put them on sometimes too. I mean, like I did the SP6 on my left leg today because it shows left leg, but I didn't know that until somebody said something.
Correct. And that's what, you know, we all get those little paper books in our patch kit, you know, whenever you get an order, you get the instruction guide. Look at it, you know.
Yeah.
Take a look, take a minute, take a look.
And it's also on the all product little flyer that Marcy created. That's also in the startx39biz.com site. It's got all the product placement on here as well.
Yes. And the thing is, you know, I just wanted to, like I said, I was scrolling around this website, I don't know, yesterday morning or the day before. And I just thought, you know, how many of us actually go and look at that? All right. It's your free website. Take a look. There are tools there. Let's see. This is all your back off there. I'm just checking out the chats. So questions, Jan, anything we want to expand on?
No, no, I talk about this all the time. It's not so much about the back office, but if you're using the gifting program at all, I feel stronger and stronger about this every day. If you have to set people's expectations. I flat out tell people now, you cannot say to me, but I don't feel anything. You have to get good at setting expectations, and even if you sit down with them on the phone, or like Marcy always talks about, get your own Zoom channel. It's free. Sit down with them and fill out the health tracker. I'm telling you, I get this all the time. Oh, they didn't feel anything. They're not going to feel anything from 2 days or 3 days or 5 days. We do have the One Patch Wonder Club, but when you can get good at setting expectations, your business will skyrocket. I am so tired of people saying, yeah, but they didn't feel anything. And I know that you didn't set expectations properly. So we could do a whole day just on that.
On that, right? I mean, I want you guys to raise your hands. Who actually felt something right away? Honestly. Okay,
do.
1, 2, 3. I see 3, 4, 5 hands, 6 hands. There are 63 people on here. Not everybody has their screen, their video on. But the thing is, a lot of people do not have that awareness of their body that allows them to say, oh my gosh, I'm literally feeling a difference. However, I gave I gave it away. Let me grab one out of here. Let's see, I got my little things of on the, it's just the envelope. Okay, so yesterday a neighbor came over and was chatting with me, and I had given her a business card before, and she inadvertently has been going around our neighborhood selling some stuff to raise money to donate for Maui, for the people in need. Okay. And she came over to my house yesterday, and she said, hey, can I some of your business cards? Because there's people that I've been talking to that need your help. And I'm like, you can have a whole bag. And I gave her this, and we stood at the edge of my front yard, and I read this, and I explained that, on the what to expect card, first thing it says, 4,000 genes begin to reset. And I said to her, now, are you going to be feeling your genes resetting? And she said, no, I don't think I will. That is setting the expectation that you're going to have something happen, but you won't feel it. Okay. And what Jan is saying is exactly what Rob just put. Did anybody ever feel their stem cells healing things? Did we feel stem cells turning into a liver cell when we were a fetus? Probably not. So
And when if there's something wrong with you too, if you don't feel good, you go to the doctor and they tell you you have whatever. It didn't just happen. It's been happening for a long time. Like if you have the big C or heart issues, it didn't just happen. So people just, want to use the patch for 5 days and bam, be healed. It doesn't work that way. It takes time. That's why the health tracker is so important. And Dr. Oh gosh, I don't know why I can't think of anything today. Anyways, one of the doctors was on with Dr. Stacy a couple of Saturdays ago. And when people say, I don't feel anything, he's like, well, what are you measuring that by? And if anyone's ever had, like, you have a headache, you have a headache, you have a headache, one day you wake up, you don't have a headache, you don't even realize that you don't have a headache. It's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, my head doesn't hurt. So, but they're still thinking about their knee. Well, my knee still hurts, the patches don't work. That's why if you fill this out, do it with them. What's the quality of your sleep, your energy, your stamina, your mental clarity? So they have something to measure it by. But it's like you don't feel your hair growing, you don't feel the wrinkles coming. You've got to really get that part down. Otherwise, you're going to keep running into the same thing.
exactly. And showing them the pictures and saying what, this, like the young lady with the curved spine, that is growth. She's growing and it's still happening. I mean, it didn't, things, it's like Jen says, it takes time for us to have these conditions come into our being, right? And we have to share that we have to give ourselves that same permission to heal ourselves within. What's going on over here? Exactly. And so one of the things that's really brilliant is that they put on the back of your health tracking card the pictures. Okay. And so you can share that with people as well and allow them to see all the different changes that are occurring for people just by sharing that one card. You know, it's really critical though that we stop having people don't even use the word feel, use the word experience. What are you experiencing? Because when I say to you right in this moment, what are you experiencing? Barb, what does that do to you when I ask you that? Barb Bjornson, unmute for me, doll. And she's writing. Okay. Arlene, you're next. I see you next. Unmute for me, doll. When I ask you, what are you experiencing right in this moment? What would you answer me? Unmute your mic for me.
Bottom left of your screen, there should be a picture of a microphone. And it should say,
Yes.
I got it.
there you go.
So Harleen, in this moment, what are you experiencing?
I've been sitting here doing paperwork and putting in orders, and just from sitting so long, my right knee is achy.
Okay, and what do you feel in this moment?
That I need to move around.
Okay, so she's feeling like she needs to get up and move around, but she's experiencing pain.
Yes.
Do we see the difference? Okay, it is quantifiably different. When I talk about feeling something, I'm talking about an emotional experience. Okay, I'm experiencing pain. I feel pain. Okay, well, how does pain feel? What does pain feel like? What do you think, Jan?
How does pain feel?
Yeah.
Was that the question?
Mm-hmm.
It's uncomfortable. It's distracting. It's hard to focus on anything else besides the pain.
Okay. And so when we talk to people about, well, what kind of pain are you feeling? They'll say, oh, well, I have a pain in my neck or a pain in my whatever, right? It's an experience though. Okay. It's an experience. So those are concepts to allow yourself to absorb, give yourself permission to shift. Just like when we started all these calls, Jen, do you remember we would say, and it's the X39, the stem cell patch. Okay. And I can remember our first 2 months of doing podcasts. And I was just this, because I'm a really, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I like rules. I like rules. I like order. I like alignment.
Structure.
Structure. And so I would be like, you guys, we have to say stem cell activation patches because we're going to get in trouble from the FDA. This was 3.5, almost 4 years ago. I was all over that. And look at where we are today. We say stem cell activation patches as a whole, as a company, you know. But in the very beginning, when we were just all excited, we were just trying to get the word out. So words have extreme importance. And like Jan says, I'm not expecting you to feel anything those first few days, weeks. You might not even feel, but you're going to experience stuff. Okay. You're going to experience it. Questions?
I have one again.
Okay.
You know, the pictures before and after pictures that are on the back of the card. Is there any chance that I can like copy those and then put them on my Facebook, or should I not do that? Like I put it on my daily like 24-hour thing. So it's like I'm trying to advertise a little bit, you know, like the
Right.
Yep.
I
but those are
personally
personal,
don't
so I
put
don't know.
those kind of things on Facebook unless it's my own.
Okay.
But it's just, that's me. Okay. I can't speak to what other people are sharing in Facebook. I'm really
that's a good rule of
respectful
thumb.
about the compliant thing. I don't use the word LifeWave on it, and I don't use X39. If I put a picture up, I'll say the patch or regenerating or repairing or something like, you know, the compliant stuff. So I'm not the one to ask that question to you, Jan. What do you think on that?
Yeah, I would have to check with Marcy because I know compliance has been really cracking down on people. So I would, if you have a
I sent
question about that or you want to do something, you can send it to me. I'll try to get in front of Marcy, but me getting in front of Marcy is not always easy.
I sent it to Marcy this morning. I sent it to her. I thought I'll just send it to her. But I
Yeah,
found
I'll
that
check with her.
for some reason someone took my I can't think of what the thing's called. It's like a yellow circle thing. It's his site or hers. And they took my video and made me speed up the one that was my testimony and did I was talking real fast and I had my hand up and I was doing the other, and they used it on their site. And I'm like, God, they kind of spud me up like I was all spun out. Like,
Well, I
but
think once you put when you put something out on Facebook, it's not yours anymore. I
no,
mean,
no, no, no.
anybody
It
can
was
take
a
anything.
testimony. It was a story, testimony, whatever we want to call it. It was supposed to only
Mhm.
be in, I think they did it while we were videoing it or whatever. And then they
Oh,
put it in there. So it kind of touched me a little bit. I'm like, I don't like how fast I'm talking on it. It just, but how did they grab that and put that on there without asking or something? So that's a good point. You know, I shouldn't do that for anybody else's pictures either. They should just stay on Telegram like we're supposed to do, right? They're only to be on Telegram. So I already answered my own question, but I'd like them not to have mine doing that on theirs. You know what I mean? I don't know how to do that though. I
So
guess
what I
could,
would do is I would contact that person.
yeah.
Okay. And just say,
Yes.
I would prefer that you take that down. It's mine, it's me, and I don't want to be up there. Okay.
Yeah. I don't mind it if it was normal, but I mean, I sound like I'm on speed. It's getting
So,
me
so
go real
tell
fast.
them, so tell them that. Okay. Deb?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Gail, you got a question, doll?
Yes, I do. So on one of our forms in Evolve, it says that the Preferred Plus is a one-time fee for the 1995, but it shows annually on other forms. And I was wondering, was that not updated, or that's my question, because I've had a lot of people ask that.
yeah, I'm not sure about the annually. The one thing I do know, if somebody signs up as a preferred customer, and let's say they order for 3 or 4 months and then they cancel their auto ship, and then 2 months later they want to start again, they pay the 1995 again. So
Okay.
if a preferred customer starts and stops, they're every time they start again, they're going to pay that 1995, which is why I always try to get somebody to at least do a bronze, because then they don't have that problem.
Okay, I just wanted, because our
But I
forms
don't
still
know,
say
I don't
that,
know
but
about the annual.
I heard it
can-
was annual.
Yes, I did
That's
too.
what I was told. It's annual.
Yeah, and it shows it in the back office of LifeWave as annual. So I didn't know if you wanted to change the forms that you guys have.
Okay, that's a Marcy thing.
Okay, should I just email Marcy or?
No, she won't see it. I'll
Okay.
ask her.
All right, Jan, thank
So what
you.
you're saying on,
On our printables, you know, that we could
I
print,
see it where it says a one-time fee.
right, but it's an
But-
annual fee.
Okay, but these are the preferred, this is just preferred customer. I got preferred customer, no plus, had it one-time fee of 1995, and that if you're on preferred plus, that it's an annual fee.
I think there's no charge for preferred. It's just for preferred plus for some reason.
For a customer plus a person who'd skipped 2 months, presume their account and they didn't have to pay the additional $19.95.
That's correct. It's for preferred plus. That's correct.
Well, I'm doing it right.
So, yeah,
It's just a
I'm one of those
question.
girls that tries not to get a PC. Okay. I did PCs early on, and I'm at the point where, if you really want to try something, let's get a wholesale price because a lot of people in my sphere, don't want to do auto ship right off the bat. Okay. And so we are shifting it. See, I started as a PC back in May and was not charged $19.95. That's one.
But it's the PC plus that is charged.
So we will have to find that out.
Exactly.
And we'll
Okay.
It is the
get that
PC
fixed
plus.
All right. It's just that my sister-in-law signed up and she didn't want to be part of the network and everything. So she did the PC plus. And then now she went to a larger package. So she is the networking, but she doesn't want to run the business. So she can't in her head sell to other people like the bronze, because she thinks then they're in networking. So she's selling them as the preferred.
So what I'm going to suggest you tell her, okay, this is like a Costco membership. If I want to shop at Costco whenever I want, maybe this week I want to do it today, and then I'm not going to go back to Costco for another 6 weeks, then I can buy again what I want at Costco. That's a wholesale membership. Okay. With any kind of preferred customer, you have to have them on an auto ship. Okay. And that's where she can change her language. It's not about, I'm going to be a network marketing builder. It's, I want to be a wholesale member.
I like that. Thank you. That's perfect.
You're welcome.
Okay. That answers my question.
Good
Thank you so
analogy,
much.
Sheila.
I know, it's perfect.
Yeah, just
And-
because somebody buys one of the wholesale packs, they're not committed to build a
The
business. They're
wholesale-
just getting a good deal.
The wholesale pack is 30-day money back guarantee, and the preferred plus is 90-day money back guarantee.
Okay, let me
So-
clarify that, Jenny. The
order.
90-day money back guarantee is only on the first month order.
Right.
So if they order something the second month, the third month, they can only return what they bought in the first month.
Correct, but they have
90 days
90
for that
days
first
to
order.
decide versus a brand partner.
Maria Benson, nobody has to put their social security number into the system. Okay. You do not have to enter. I enter 3 orders a day for my chiropractor. I never enter social security numbers. You never have to give that number until you decide to become a builder or you want to receive the compensation from the company. Okay. Just so you know, nobody puts I never ask for a social security number. Okay. And I'm still building and I'm still selling them as a wholesale package. And the one thing that you can do, which is what Marcy has been teaching in the last, 3-4 months, is instead, because we were always of the mind that you only can have a silver as 3 X39s, right? Okay. But erase that mindset. And what we're doing now, you can get is let's say I put them onto it. It's a silver package. I'm going to get them an X39. This person has a lot of pain. I'm going to order 2 ice waves and 2 eons. 2 months of eons are going to help eat that inflammation. So the X39 can come in and do their job. And then we're going to put them on to auto ship for that second month with more X39. And all we're going to do is auto ship X39. I've started doing that. Marcy suggests doing things like that because what Jan was talking about earlier, we sign up our silvers, we don't follow up, and they fall off. Okay. So if you can shift the content of your package to meet their needs, customize it, put them onto an auto ship, whether that's 1 month out or 2 months out, that's going to give you that consistency. And like I said, not everybody wants to be on an auto ship. Just sell them a wholesale pack. Preferred customers, however, can change who they get as their sponsor, whereas brand partners can't. That's true. PC Plus. Yeah. PC Plus also gets 2 free sleeves a year to, yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be a personal thing. You need to meet them where they're at. All right. Would I rather lose somebody? No, I'd rather sell them a bronze kit so that they didn't have to auto ship if they don't want to auto ship versus making them become a preferred customer and putting them onto auto ship. Okay. Do you see the difference? Hopefully. All right. We are at 9:38. And how did you get your chiro to join? What did I say? Okay. Well, my chiropractor is 100% blind. Debbie Kelly. He has both retinas detached. He has had surgery for them, just like you. And amazingly, his wife just told me he's been on the patches probably 2 months. We signed him up last year in October, and he finally started wearing them. And his eyes, instead of being fully receded, have started to regenerate. So when I first started working with him, he wants to know, what do you do? And I said, well, this is what I do. And when he was in Colorado as a chiropractor, Colorado for quite some time allowed them to, he was injecting stem cells into people. Okay. So he moves back home here to Maui, and you cannot do that kind of stuff here. And they came to me saying, okay, we are ready now to start patching our people. Yesterday, Kathleen and I, we got up 60 packages together. LifeWave donated Eon X39, and we made 60 packages of a week's worth of Eon, a week's worth of X39. And Dr. Rocco went over to the west side of the island, and he's giving free chiropractic adjustments to the first responders and the people that are over on the island still on that side. And he gave away 53 of these envelopes, and they patched people right as they were working. And so for me, my chiropractor, he just understands the value of stem cell activity within the body, and that it can be a patch is mind-blowing for him.
Okay, thanks.
We actually, Cynthia,
I
we
have one
actually,
question.
1 second. Kathleen is going to contact Garrett Johnson because we're out of the patches that they've sent us. And she's going to ask if they could possibly make a run of Nirvana that we could start sharing. And I'm not sure what your name is, but 864-915-1734. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to ask, I had a customer call and say that eBay was full of our product. And I was told, I thought, that we weren't allowed to do Amazon and eBay. Can you address that to me?
Well, that is correct. And those people that are doing that and they're violating the policies and procedures. And what usually happens in that case is that the compliance team goes out, they search them out, and they take away their accounts. So don't try selling on Amazon. Don't try selling on
No,
eBay.
I'm not. Right. But there's 55 people, or there's 55 sellers on eBay.
Right.
And that's a problem that every single company on the planet has. There's no way that you can stop them. The thing with that is you don't have customer service, you don't have return, you have no guarantees. And there are people, I won't mention names, that do things that they shouldn't be doing. They buy a lot of diamond packs, they turn around and do this. It's not right, but there's a lot of stuff that's not right.
Jan, can't
that
they
happens.
check eBay and Amazon and stop this?
No, they can't. It's impossible. There's too many people. That's not Amazon and eBay's job to police.
No. I mean, our company.
Well, they
our
do.
They
compliance-
do. They do, but you take one down and 2 more pop up.
Oh my
It's happened in every
goodness.
company that I've ever been in. I've the same conversation over and over and over again. It's really difficult to stop
I
that from
can't
happening.
believe that.
And so here's my advice to everyone. Okay. Scroll on by. All right. How many millions of people are on this planet right now? Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people, right? So that market, just don't worry about it, okay? Because if you're going to allow that to enter your focus, then you're not focusing on your own business.
I can tell you a story about what happened. I patched our gas guy that came one day with the X39. He had immediate results, immediate. And then he didn't, 2-3 months went by, didn't hear anything. And then finally he answered me, "Oh, I got them. I got the patches." I said, "Oh, who did you get them from?" "eBay." And he got an infection that made him have to go to a doctor for medical care. So that may not.
Yeah, you don't know how those patches have been stored. You don't know if they're legit. You just don't know. It's like there's a lot
Yeah.
of things that I buy online, but there's some things that I just flat out won't buy online. And if you do that, you have nobody to help you. If you have a problem, who are you going to call? It's you
Not
got no
Jan Rand.
recourse.
So
No,
you said
well,
story. You said story. Maybe it will discourage people,
yeah, absolutely. So
I
anyway,
I have a question about going back to when you were talking about dumping, like, oh, the account dumped. I
Okay.
didn't know what you were talking about with that.
So when you go up to your, let me just go real quick here and we'll take a look. When you go to, let's see, the website, please. When you come into your back office, right up here in the right, it says real-time qualifications, and it's just for this week. And then under paid as rank, it shows active, and he has a check. And that means that he is active with 55 points. Now, when you scroll down, you see active is the green check, triangle yellow, you better order by the end of next period to remain active. Red triangle, order by the current end of period. And if it's an X, you're inactive. So what happened was he had the red X, but I didn't pay attention, or he had the red triangle and I didn't check. And if you're in the week, let's say, and right up here where it says active, it literally will populate a little message and it'll tell you, you must order by this date to remain active. And I wasn't checking his account because we weren't doing anything with it. And the money that not money, but the points he had totaled, they washed out. Okay. Does that make sense, Tasha?
Yes, it makes sense. What does the LV mean? And like there's some other little things below that. What does that stuff mean?
So period leg volume, left leg volume, that's where it says period LV, period left volume is 3,544 for the week. This is the period of 8/28 through 9/3. Now the total left leg volume, this is just accumulating. So every week, if you don't cycle, whatever points are still up here on the period left volume and period right volume on Sunday at 6 o'clock Hawaii time is when it rolls. They take all those points that didn't create a cycle for you and add them to the total left leg and right leg volume. So this coming week, Gary, this period right leg volume is going to pop down here and he'll end up with not quite enough to have a cycle because it's going to be just under 330 points. Does that make sense, son?
Yeah,
so
makes
in
sense.
real basic term, period left, period right is for this week. whatever points don't get used to pay you for this week, then go into the total left, total right, which is what I refer to as your savings account. So if the points don't pay you this week, they go into your savings account. Then, as Sheila said, if you miss a month where you don't buy anything, all your points will disappear. They flush. That's
And
why I always do a maintenance pack, so I never have to worry about it's like I prepay my rent for 6 months. I never have to worry about it.
And is it something that lasts for a year? Like it'll be adding up for a year and then goes, or it will,
The points keep accumulating.
They're
they
constantly
don't expire?
accumulating until they hit the cycle point, and then they'll put, you know, $50 per cycle.
Okay,
There's
so
people that have
takes me a
over
little bit
2
to build
million
then.
points.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
cool.
Tasha. Say that
No,
again.
that's great. That's good. I just didn't want to lose them because I'm slowly building and I'm not where I'm going to get a cycle yet. So I just want to, it's nice to know they're not going to disappear.
Yeah,
'Cause
no.
some
they
output
will
there
stay.
happening, right?
Yeah,
Thank you.
you bet.
Can I
Well-
ask you a question?
Yeah,
On the maintenance pack, does it matter which one you get? They're all good for 6 months?
no.
It
They
only
each-
matters if you're building a business. There's
Mhm.
one maintenance pack that's $749. It gives you 9 sleeves and it gives you 110 points. That's one I get because I'm building, I need 110 points. There's another maintenance pack you can get that gives you 7 X39s, that's 500 and something dollars. That one gives you 77 points. If you're building and you're only getting 77 points, you'll stay active, but you won't.
No. I want the 110. So which one is it?
It's the $749 that you
pack
pay
And do you get
upfront.
to pick your patches or no?
Nope.
You can only get X39 or X49. You cannot get any supportive patches
Okay.
in that maintenance pack.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, hey, everybody, we've really rocked the time here. I know that Wendy is coming on soon. I appreciate everyone sharing this very wonderful first day of September. You know, how did that happen? We got September, October, November, December. What in the world? And but thanks to everybody for being here. It will go up later today on Telegram, and as soon I see the message, Juan Carlos and Bianca, will this video be posted soon? It takes literally the processing for YouTube for me, or for Zoom and YouTube. It takes roughly an hour for this call to get processed into the system so that I can then upload it. So it'll be on youtube.com/Maui LifeWave, Sheila Hay Maui LifeWave, or Telegram. Patrick, will get your sense of humor back.
Are you going to stay on for the testimonial? Or are you logging off?
I'm logging out, so you'll have to come back in if you want to be on the call.
Okay.
All right. Have a
Question.
blessed day, everybody. Oh, yes, Helene.
What are the points when you talk about getting paid and the rolling? I don't know how much it takes.
On the